Okay, this is my Mossberg 702 Plinkster. I bought this rifle about 3 years ago at Walmart. I paid $100 for it. It's been a really good gun. I had bought some extra clips for it, and I've so far put around 35,000 rounds through it, and all it's had to have is cleanings. It's a really good, solid little gun. It's got a really small draw on it, and it's just an all-around small rifle. It's not really meant for somebody who's a bigger stature or size like I am, but it's still fun to shoot. I used iron sights on it for the past 3 years. About a week ago, I got a scope for it. It was given to me by my uncle. It is a Thompson Center fully coated 3x9x40 scope. And he just told me, he said he had some stuff for it, and he set me up with it. So I think it looks pretty good with it like that. So I haven't had a chance to sight it in and see how well it does with a scope. But the iron sights and everything, I was able to hit stuff, 25 yards. A lot of people have a lot of complaints about this gun and being able to fire but certain types of ammunition, that it's a picky gun. I've shot all four of these kinds through it, and then some extras, and never had a problem at all. The guns performed flawlessly, especially even in the Remington Golden Bullets. I didn't have a problem taking care of those and cycling those through. It came with one clip with it. I bought 3 extras for it. They're kind of expensive. They ran me about 20 bucks a piece. And then, I'd heard that was pretty much the only accessory you could get for it. Was you could put a scope, you could buy clips, and that was it. There's no extra stocks made for it. I've seen a lot of people take airsoft stocks and convert them, and I've seen a lot of people take I think it's a Marlin stock and Dremel it out down here where the trigger assembly is and the magazine feed, and convert one of those. But there is no official Mossberg stock for it, replacement. But one of the hardest things to find for it is this right here. If you own one of these and you find one of these, buy it. It is a 25 round magazine with a speed loader. That's what it looks like. I picked this up at Academy for $28 about a week and a half ago, right in the middle of the gun craze. They still get them. I was getting ready to pay, 60, 70 bucks online is what I was seeing all these 4 people had them for sale. If you see them for sale on there for that much, don't even bother. They're out there for cheaper. This is $28 before taxes, around $30, $32 after. This is really great. I can't wait to open it and get to use it, take it out to the range. This right here, though, is why I have not been out shooting. I can't find this right now. I know that there's some areas in the country, a lot of people are saying, it's not hard to find at all. And, it's easy to get a hold of. But I've been having to get up at 7 o'clock every morning on Fridays and going to 2 different gun stores and usually only getting 1 box of this. So far, this has just been 3 weeks worth of work here. I finally got 1 box of CCI. 3 weeks ago, I got the CCI. 2 weeks ago, I got the Federal Value Pack. And then last week, I got the Remington. Tomorrow, I'll be getting up and doing it again. This is all I had before the gun craze. I don't shoot this rifle that much. There's not very many local gun ranges around that are nearby. And usually when I go shooting over at a friend's house or something, we do skeet shooting. Or I take a high-powered rifle and we do long-distance target shooting in his dad's field. So this is all I had for it when all this hit the fan. And this gun craze did. And so, I was like, oh man, this is not going to be good. So I have been able to find it, but you got to be very diligent and you got to know where to go and where to look. I would tell you where to go and where to look, but then people are going to flood it and find out, and especially if you live in my area. The scope, it seems to be a really good scope. I've looked them up online. They seem to be decent scopes. It's not a cheap scope, but it's it's no $1,000 scope either. But it should be fine for a $100 rifle. I know the scope's worth more than the rifle is. The stock sights that come on it are these fold down. They're collapsible, I guess you could say. They fold down out of your way. They're great little sights. They are adjustable up and down. And then it has a ghost ring sight on the front. Hold on one second here. Let me see. There you go. There's the ghost ring sight. It's a fairly light rifle, maybe 5 pounds. Now, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and for the money, I really don't think you can beat it. A lot of people love the Ruger 1022, and that is a fantastic firearm, and I have to agree with them fully. But if you've only got, $120 to spend on you wanting just a rifle to go plinking with, I strongly recommend this. You take care of it. The only thing I've done is cleaned and lubed it. The action still works great on it. And like I said, after 25,000 rounds, it's still going strong. Haven't had any problems out of it. It's really small, really light. I mean, it's maybe 32 inches long. I haven't exactly measured it. I'm sure a lot of you will know. But these are the hardest things to find. And this is kind of almost like a holy grail lately. I haven't been seeing many of them. They had 2 at Academy, and I asked them if I could buy them both, and they said that they would only sell me one. The girl behind the counter told me, if you walk out the door and come back in, I'll sell you the other. I told her I'm not going to play that game. Somebody else behind me needs it more than I do. And sure enough, I came back up there the next day and it was gone. So that's another big thing, is everybody going out and buying this stuff up. Get what you need. Every week, when I find this, I'm allowed to have 3-4 boxes. I buy one. So that way the guy behind me and 2 or 3 more guys behind me can get some. I'm not shooting this that much, but I want to be sitting on 2,000 rounds. And that's what I hopefully hope to get up to. But this right now is my little 22 setup. It's not much, but hey, it's enough to get me by. I don't expect the SHFT stuff or SHTF to be happening anytime soon. I mean, I'm sure it's coming around the corner, especially with everything that our president is doing. But I think this is more than enough, and for an average person, I think this would be a great setup, especially for a beginner rifle. The next video that I'll be uploading will be of my 12 gauge shotgun, and I'll show you what all I have for it. So subscribe, like the video below, comment. I check regularly, so if you have any questions, just hit me up. You all have a good one.